Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie and I want to welcome you to this How to Draw a Hummingbird Easy step-by-step video. But first we're going to thank our sponsor Arteza for sponsoring this video so you get quality content for free. If you're looking for pens, pencils, paints, paper, canvas, and more, check out arteza.com. Click the more information below the video for a special coupon code for your entire purchase. Now let's get started on this fun lesson. So we're going to be doing the how to draw a hummingbird. This is fun and easy and fast. Now I've pulled out a small handful of the Arteza colored pencils. I'm going to put the tin aside because I don't have much room on my desk. And that's for later anyway, if we have time at the end to do a little coloring. So I'm going to be drawing in the Arteza 200-page drawing book. It has 80-pound paper and they are 8.5 by 11. So there you go. Move my coffee out of the way. I don't want to spill my coffee. Now, I have on my website a handy-dandy cheat sheet on how to draw a hummingbird. So you can go to the link down below and you can click on the link that says Hummingbird Handout and you will be able to get the PDF document of this exact handout. And it walks you step by step how to draw a hummingbird. Now this is free. You do need to go to my store to download it. Just follow the instructions. It's really easy and there's no charge. I'm just using a standard 0.7 or 0.7 mechanical pencil to do the drawing. All right, so we're going to draw up this hummingbird. I just zoomed in to make it a little bit easier for us to see. We're going to walk through the handout step by step. I drew up this handout and I put a few little sample birds of other poses, and I did use my husband's wonderful photography for my references. And I took some liberties. I did make the tail a little bit bigger and the beak is probably a little bit bigger too, but it just adds to the cuteness. So, reading the instructions, starting off, we are going to draw a small circle. And this circle, for my purposes, is going to be about the size of the tip of my thumb. About that big. I am not going to press hard because I want to be able to erase these lines. I'm going to ink it up and show you how to color it too. The next step is to draw an oval that's long and skinny right below the head. Now, whichever direction you want your bird to be flying, I want my bird to be flying that direction, so it's going to the right. I am going to put the body coming off the left-hand side. And however big you made this circle, go about half that distance away for the top edge of your oval for the body. Next step. Draw two lines that connect the body to the head and make sure that those two lines curve in slightly. So I'm going to make sure those two lines curve in slightly. And you know something? I don't think he's got enough of a tummy. I think I'm going to swing this edge out just a little bit. And you know, that's something that you do. You work, you refine. You go, oh, you know, maybe that doesn't have quite enough. And the reason why I say that is I'm looking at this, my end goals. But when I was drawing up the individuals, see how that one, where we're getting ready to draw the tail on, it's a little on the skinny side. I got a little bit chubbier as I went along, I think. So next line is draw a narrow triangle connecting at the back of the bottom of the body. And depending on how you swing this triangle, it changes the whole attitude of the hummingbird. I want it to come off the back, just as if this line right here is continuing, and then swing back. So it's a swingy little triangle. Next step is going to be draw 2 triangles for the wings. Look at the examples for the suggested placement. So there's this one right here, and then there's this one up here where the wings are swung forward. So those are a couple different ways that I've put right here on the handout for you to see. But right now we're doing this. So triangle. And this particular line right here, that's like his shoulder. You see? Right there. So the bottom of the, or one edge of the triangle basically connects there, comes out, back, and there. So now we have one triangle. The second triangle, I'm going to pretend that it's attached here and go, all right, there, and then back to the body. I just didn't draw that hard line all the way through. You can, and then erase. That's fine. Next step is draw a long skinny triangle for the beak and a small teardrop or seed shape for the eye. So I'm going to go ahead and put my sort of teardrop shape and just sort of color it in. And I want you to see that I'm not making that up. I don't know if you can actually see. You can kind of see this one right here. He's got that sort of teardrop shaped thing going on. There is a white triangle behind the eye. There, you can see it right here. There's that little white triangle behind the eye, and then the ball of the eye. So it's the ball of the eye and that white triangle. And then the long skinny beak. And the beak comes off on the front of the face, sort of in line with the eye. So his eyeball is here, the beak is in line with the eye. So wherever we put that eye is where the beak needs to go. Easy way to do that, line up with the eye, give yourself a center line, and then just work your way out and work your way out. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just like that. And that's probably a wee bit long. He's going to get a bit of a beakectomy. Sometimes I get a little overzealous. That's okay. You know, it's fun to do this type of thing. And look at that. We have the basis of our hummingbird. So if you are going to be coming to the lesson on the live, how to paint a hummingbird with fluid acrylic paints, you only need to know generally how it goes together. We're not even going to draw the whole, we're not even drawing any of it. We're going to be puddling paint for the head, paint for the body, connecting them, drawing a line out for one wing, drawing a line out for the other wing, and drawing a line down for the tail. Then we'll be pulling through it, and it will be done. So it's going to be a really fun, fast lesson, and now you know how fast and fun and easy it is to actually draw. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this puppy up. Next step is erase the crossover lines or trace it onto tracing paper to transfer onto, like if you wanted to do it on a canvas or on a tote bag or something like that. But for now, I am just going to erase. Well, sometimes I get a little overzealous with my eraser too. That's okay. Put the line back in, make sure that I leave his tummy. We're going to erase this line behind his head. And there. I'm going to erase a little bit of that line where the triangle meets all the way up at his shoulder, because I want to go like this and give him a little shoulder cap. and a little shoulder cap right here, because that's the next step, is draw the feathers on the wing and the tail if you want to. If you don't, you could just start coloring. I'm going to give this little guy the little feathers on his throat to make him brighter. And I am going to give him the feathers on his wing and his tail. So, just pointing out the bottom of his body just a little bit more. There, we've got one tail feather, we've got another feather. The feathers sort of overlap each other. They're kind of blunted off. So that's all I'm going to do there. And then the feathers for the wing actually come out from that little shoulder cap area. It's where they attach. And they get longer as they go farther out and away. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing over here. 1, 2. Looks like I'm getting 3 feathers there. I'm going to take a pen and quickly, so let me show you. See how we've got that, let's see, this one right here, how you've got the little feathery cap for his shoulders, and then the feathers come out from the wing. Now, he does have cute little feet that sort of hang out right here. They're little black feet. Aha! There we go. So I'm going to give him a quick inking, and then we'll erase off all the pencil lines. And you can be a little bit dashy with your lines. This would be a lot of fun to go in and do watercolor also. So there we go. Really fast, fun and easy. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of color on him. I've only been here for a few minutes. 1 feather, 2 feather. We're just, you know, these are not anatomically correct feathers. This is an emotional hummingbird. This is a making the hummingbird look how we want it to look, not necessarily how it really looks. And then the feathers on this side. The little shoulder cap part. We're going to give him kind of a little bit of a feathery bit right there where the beak comes out. And then I'm going to just bring him out. And his beak is actually going to get colored in with the pen, just to speed up our process here. But I'm going to leave a little bit of a light tone in here also. Just like that. And I'm going to give just a tiny little fleck of color, just like that. All right, now we're going to erase this really quick. Oh, he is so cute. But looking at him, if you wanted to color a hummingbird, the hummingbird has a lot more brown in it than you expect, and it has a lot less green than you expect. But the green is the highlights, the shiny bits. So I'm looking at this going, all right, he's got green shining here. He has green on his shoulders. Now, I know that I'm looking at the front of his shoulders, and this picture is the back of his shoulders. But it's still, remember, this is an emotional hummingbird. But aren't you excited that you were able to get this? Please tell me you were able to get this. And if there was anything you didn't understand, let me know in the comments below so that I can fix my handout, because it's got to be right so that you guys are successful. That, and then we're going to come down his side. I'm putting these in like little strokey, short strokes, so it would be like the feathers on his body. We've got that up there. That looks good. Okay, so that was the Arteza Matcha, M-A-T-C-H-A, Matcha, A006. And I want to put a little tiny bit of this ivory in his wings, because if you look here, that the wings have this sort of softer brown tone to them. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this ivory in. And it's very yellow looking in the camera. I'm just giving him a real quick color. And you know, if all you were here for was the drawing lesson, you've got it. You can go on and enjoy the rest of your day. If you wanted to stick around and have the coloring lesson too, awesome. I'm happy that you're here. All right. Now this is going to be a quick coloring. This is not going to be a realistic representation, but it's more like a sketch. It's more like a coloring sketch to help you get the basic ideas. Now I'm using the yellow ochre, which is the A064, and that brighter yellow or brighter ivory was the A075. And this yellow ochre is not as brown as I was expecting it to be, based on the color of the color of the barrel, but the color of the barrel is the color of the pigment stick in the pencil. So, but it doesn't match the same type of color when it's down on the paper. But it's going on really nicely. I haven't done anything with these yet, so this is first impressions. I haven't done a full colored pencil drawing with it yet. Aw, he's so sweet looking. So cute. All right, I am going to put some pink and purple for the neck, and maybe even a little spark right up at the top, because I just want him to have that flash of color, and a little bit just a little bit. I'm probably mixing the genders up on my hummingbirds. I know that the boys have much more they're much more colorful than the girls are, or the juveniles. You know, juveniles don't have as much color as the oh, so sweet. Okay, I think I'm down to just putting my darkest color in, and I think it's going to be this chocolate brown and not a black. And oh, but I do want a little bit of that spark of green up here. And I think the wings are even going to get a touch, even though they don't show it. I just wanted a little bit more, just because I can. And then there's a bit of a shadow, and his little feathers. There's actually a lot more dark feathers in the body than the green. Now I'm just doing, let's zoom in again. I'm just doing this very light little tap tap, but I'm keeping them all going in the direction that feathers would grow. Kind of like painting with the colored pencil. And then I'm going to pull the color along. Again, almost like painting with the pencil. I'm just letting it grab onto the paper. Oh yeah, that's nice. All right, so I want it to be a little bit darker. Now I'm starting to get some colors layering up here, and they seem to be, so far, they seem to be layering. Again, this is first impressions. I did do a color chart of all the colors. Anybody interested, I will do another video that I share the color chart, and we could, do some coloring. If you're interested, let me know. Would that be something you'd like to see on a Sunday relaxing video? Just some coloring with music? I'm up for that. And if you are new here, please click that subscribe button and the bell so that you'll be notified. And remember, this is part 1 of a 2-part. Make it easy for you. Go and do the live fluid acrylic poured Hummingbird. It's going to be on an 8x10, so it's not going to be that big. I will be using some metallic colors, which will help make him shine and sparkle. And I do have, since you made it this far, you get to see this is what we're going to be doing. Look at that. Isn't he pretty? Shine and sparkle. The flowers going down the side. You're going to want some small water balloons to make the flowers and leaves. But look at this. We're done. And remember, our sponsor today, Arteza, graciously supporting my channel and helping out all of my viewers with that coupon code that's available down below in the more information box. Remember to go to arteza.com, click on that link, and it will take you there so that you can get some really fun materials. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that you will leave me comments down below and let me know, are you guys okay with me taking some sponsored videos? Because now that I'm doing this professionally, full-time, I kind of have to pay bills. And that's one way to do it. But I won't ever tell you guys about products or be sponsored by any companies that I don't actively use and work with on a consistent basis. What do you think? Did I show you how to draw a hummingbird? Are you happy with it? Are you excited that you are now able to do this? Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and leaving me comments. I read all of the comments. I am trying to answer all questions that come in the comments. It's getting to the point where it's getting a little bit trickier to get everything answered, but I'm trying. If you leave a question, I am trying to answer the questions. If you leave a, hey, this is great, I love seeing those. You'll know that I saw it because you're going to have a heart on that. And remember, as always, go out, do something creative, take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. And I hope to see you back here again really soon. Don't forget the live show coming up.